Okay, so definitely bear with me on this one. This is my first reading. I don't even know what to call it yet, but I'm just gonna take whatever messages come out and give them to you. Yeah, so like I said, first reading, so it's definitely like super awkward. But yeah, let me just like get into the crystals and show you so you can pick which one resonates with you the most. So this one's like a turtle. Let's get a little bit like a, yeah, and that's pile one. And then we've got a star for pile two. And then for pile three, we have a moon. Okay, so that's awesome. If you have any questions, I think I'm gonna put my like link tree in the description. I can also probably put some links for the decks that I used if they apply, or even just send them. So yeah. Okay. So if you chose the turtle, this one's for you. You're probably a little bit like a hermit. I get that you can be extroverted, but it's like, it's kind of on the rare occasion. It's like only if you are out in public, you know, you don't want to come off as like shallow, not shallow, but you just like to be someone that appears nice and doesn't seem like vain. Okay, so first we have a Page of Wands in reverse, and the Hermit. Look at that. Definitely a homebody. Like, it probably makes you nervous going outside. I'm getting a little bit shaky. I know people can be scary. I get it. You're lacking like some sort of satisfaction in your life. It could be that you just don't feel great being alone or in your own space, which could be something to work on for sure. This being upside down, I'd probably interpret it like you're kind of not sure where you're going or like what you want to do with your life right now. But you're being called to do something bigger. Like, maybe there's something that you've been wanting to do, but you're just not really sure how to do it or when to do it, or maybe you're just a little bit scared to start it. But this call is coming in for you to do it, and you know deep down that you should do it. So definitely give it a try. Yeah, there's like a lot of indecision here about what you should do. But that's kind of like a mask. I feel like deep down you know that there's something that you want to do, but you might be a little bit scared to do it. Which, you know, never do that. Like, it's cheesy, but we only live once. See, look. And then on the bottom of the deck there's happiness. But you just gotta make sure to take the step to do that. Like, whatever it is that you're like, your gut is like, I want to do this, like I have to do this. Even if it seems like kind of unrealistic, definitely go for it. And you may have like a love interest too. This could be a love interest that you're being called towards, but maybe you're like, I don't know. Or maybe when you make this decision, you will be drawn towards love. Yeah, right now you're kind of just like, this could also be attributed to the Hermit too. You're kind of like, kind of closed up. I want to say closed up, kind of tied up. You feel kind of stuck. You don't really know what to do. Take a lot of time to think about this for sure. And you get the Sun again. See, it's like, you're definitely capable of this happiness. Like, it's like, without a doubt. But I feel like almost you're blocking it off, not intentionally. It's just, I understand it's hard to make like decisions. I'm the exact same way, so and financial constraints. It could be that you want to move, or you just want to do something that involves money that you can't right now. So maybe saving up would be great. I don't know. That kind of sucks. Like when you want to do something so bad, but you just feel like you can't because of like circumstances or money or... Yeah, okay, so this reminds me of the 7 of Cups, saying explore your options. It's time to take a look at other possibilities. It's a good time to make changes. So I think maybe you're stuck right now in some sort of situation where you're just like, okay, I can't move. Or you feel like you can't move probably because of financial constraints, or even it could be love interest. But they're also saying you can find that happiness and you can make it work. You just have to sit down and think about it and plan out, make a blueprint about what you want to do. And it might take a lot of time, but ultimately it'd be incredibly rewarding to do. Yeah, okay, I get kind of a low self-worth vibe, which, you know, I get it, we struggle with that. This situation that you're stuck in right now, it's like you feel like you deserve this. It's like, or maybe even not that you deserve this, but this is all you're capable of. But that's not true at all. Like literally Spirit's saying like set your sights higher, like you can do better. Like look at this happiness that's here. Like the sun came out twice. Yeah, so increase your standards and expect more for yourself. Don't settle for less than what you deserve, which is a very important message for sure. So I guess if you go for this, like if you make this change, what's the outcome? Passion could lead you to something that you're passionate about. Passion is an inner flame that will keep you striving towards your vision. That is way too much. I do want to take this one though, so I feel like it's communication. The sharing of insight and ideas are embodied through the art of communication. So maybe this is something that will lead you to find your people. That's what I'm kind of seeing. Like maybe you felt kind of like closed off from everyone. Like you haven't been making the right or proper friends that you feel like you should be making. But this may lead you to find your group of people and nurture it. Keep your inner child nurtured and you will thrive with vitality. So it's very important that you pay attention to those things that you desire within yourself, or the things that you've wanted since you were a kid. I know that kind of when you get into adulthood, it's like wham, like I feel like I should be working all the time, or I should do this, or I should do that. But really, just because like you get into that stage doesn't mean particularly that, you know, you fully have to be an adult, or that you should shy away from those things that will bring you this happiness or that seem kind of unreal to you, I guess. Yeah, so well, I hope it all works out for you. I can pull some of these. These are more for like a love reading, but I kind of want to look into this a little bit and see like what this is about. Paradise, happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other, and twin flame. So maybe not necessarily a twin flame, but if you feel that way, certainly could be that. But like a higher level soulmate kind of deal. It's gonna be something that makes you extremely happy. But oh my gosh, it's on the floor. But only when you find that happiness within yourself will you find someone that makes you happy that way. So this could be someone that you're just like starting talking to. You could probably see like a bit of a future with, but you're not sure where it's heading. So yeah, definitely like good vibes with that though. But yeah, I wish you the best of luck. If that resonated, you know, let me know. Tell me what's going on. This is just general, so I don't want to get like too into depth about like what this could be, because obviously it's not going to resonate with everyone. But yeah, thank you. Okay, so if you chose pile 2 and the star, then this is for you. Although it could not resonate, who knows? I mean, they are very pretty anyway. So I'm kind of drawn to the fact that I rarely, if ever, use this deck. It is, like, gorgeous, but it's also quite confusing. So maybe you're kind of a little bit confusing. I get that you're kind of like a hard shell to crack, maybe. It's like you're like a clam or an oyster. I don't know why this is going through. And you have that pearl inside, but like you're just like really hard to open up to be able to show people that side of you. And you know, this kind of comes into play. I almost dropped it. You could be clumsy. This kind of comes into play with the star as well, because it's almost like the star in tarot, where it's like unique, hopeful, but there's also a darkness to the star that I kind of can't put my finger on. Not that you're dark, but it's almost, it gives me that vibe of like it's hard for you to open up, for sure. Okay, so let me get into that. This one's here from the past reading, this one's yours. So let's see, this is more just like general. I think I said something about that in the intro, but I have no clue. Oh my god. So since I don't do these, I'm basically just doing like general readings, whatever wants to come out. Basically things that you need to know. So maybe that'll be the title. You might have a lot of dialogue in your head. You might get a lot of thoughts that sometimes can be overwhelming. That could be attributed to you. Honestly, you're like spiritual as well. 3 of Cups reversed. You might just be getting over like a heartbreak, something that was really painful for you. Sorry, and I just lost track. This is like, it's like ADHD in a way. It's like you have so many thoughts that it's like one's here, one's here, one's here, one's here, and you're like, I don't know which one to focus on. I have no clue. 5 of Pentacles reversed. Maybe, okay. I see, I have no clue how to read this card, but like I'm getting messages that's like someone was maybe like taking a lot of money from you, or it could also be, yeah, the devil. Okay, so I think that they were taking, it doesn't necessarily have to be money, but something that you work towards. So it could be that they were taking like time from you, effort from you, but they were taking it like aimlessly. It was just like you give, and you sacrifice like all these things, and they just take, and they don't give it back. The Rocky Horror Picture Show might be significant, might not be. Maybe we should watch it. If not, I don't know, this just reminded me of that. But yeah, this person is not very great. You're getting a lot of cards. Okay. The 9 of Swords reversed. So you're releasing all of that anxiety and all of that fear of like, I'm getting that you're not good enough. You're always wondering what this person was gonna do next. And it's not easy, but you're getting over it faster than someone else would. I get that you're very strong and driven to just like get what it is that you deserve. You know, at the end of the day, everyone deserves something that's healthy for them. And the Wheel of Fortune. So isn't that beautiful? Like, luck is definitely turning in your favor in regards to whatever happened here. Definitely kick that person to the past. You do not deserve that treatment. 4 of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, I think you kind of lost yourself in this person. That's what I'm getting. And then like just one day you just kind of snapped out of it and you were like, wait a minute, no, this is not what I deserve. And you're like, I need to move, I need to go, I need to be fast, I need to get out of here like as quickly as possible, like a snap. And you know what, good for you, because some people aren't fortunate enough to have that realization. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention this in my other pile, but I don't take reversals for oracle cards unless I feel insanely drawn to do so. The overthinking man. So I think you did a lot of like introspection, maybe thinking about like probably your inner child and like why you were so drawn into this person even though they may have been treating you quite awful. Yeah, could have something to do with your attachment style, which is something that kind of forms when you're in your very early stages of life. Maybe you felt like the other person was, no, I can't tell. No, okay, you definitely felt chained to this person, like you couldn't leave, like it felt like kind of impossible to you. But that was like the mask that you had on yourself that was like telling you that. And then once you took it off, you could see everything for what it was and what you need to do. Which is, that's like quite amazing. Like it almost makes me want to cry, and it probably makes you want to cry, like happy tears. See, because like maybe not necessarily like community, but I get that you're just like glowing because of like the decision that you made here. You could be getting help from your friends, or you could be making more friends or spending more time with them now that you don't have this like burden, this attachment, now that you don't feel chained down, or feel like maybe he was very manipulative of who you could be around and who you couldn't be around. So that's kind of going away, and life is just much more enjoyable because like look at this darkness compared to this light. Like it's definitely a big change. And the temple path, I feel like you're just opening up like a door to just everything that is beautiful. It's like you've been trapped inside this like palace for so long, and I'm hearing Beauty and the Beast, so that might be relevant as well. This is like you might like media a lot. I also get maybe that you like the maybe darker things, but not like super dark things. Like you might like horror movies, but you also like very light movies as well. So like Disney movies, just like different moods for different days, of course. But I see that you were just like stuck, like incredibly stuck inside of the situation, and you didn't know, like you were losing faith. But the star, it's like you just like you got that faith back, and you were just like, okay, no, I'm not doing this anymore. And now this actually came out twice on the bottom, which is kind of funny. Yeah, I noticed it the first time, but it's relevant, very relevant, because now you're opening up this door to happiness. Like look at all this light, it's just perfect, it's awesome. Yeah, so let's look at like the future, like what's coming in the future. New opportunities, which is nice, could be in career, friends. It says when your eyes are open wide, opportunities you never thought possible will manifest. So this has to do with that like awakening that you had first, which is awesome. This is like a great energy. I feel like it's just like anything that you want to manifest will definitely manifest. Enlightenment for sure. That just like clarifies that like you were like you had that mask taken off, and then you could finally see everything. It says enlightenment will unearth your higher consciousness. So maybe you will delve more into like spirituality and stuff like that. Could be. I don't get like maybe it's not something that you're like completely interested in, but like I don't know how to explain this. Like to your core, like you feel like a calling towards it, but maybe it's something that you want to explore. And dreams. So dreams see the possible pathways of a future that act as a roadmap for our actions. I feel like everything that's about to happen or is currently happening since you left this person, it's like only things that you could have ever dreamt happening. Like nothing that you thought could have happened from life. Like, you know, it feels like you were in such a dark place that you didn't even know like how you would move forward. Like those chains, like they're coming back in like over and over and over again. It's like it was like a cycle that you couldn't break, and then you finally did break it, or are in the process of breaking it or being enlightened, which is great. I know I said this was general, but I've been pulling these as well. Okay, yeah, definitely narcissist. I'm so sorry. One-sided relationship, love bombing. That's awful. He did not deserve you. I think this is clarity or something like, yeah, clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, power. So I think you definitely have like protection over you. You may not realize it, but you know, I feel like anything that you want, you can probably get just by manifesting. So heartbroken, deeply hurt, separation, breakup. So, you know, also I just want to let you know it's normal to still feel heartbroken even in situations like this. You may feel like, oh, like I shouldn't be heartbroken, like this person was an asshole. It was also someone that you thought you loved. So those emotions are completely normal and valid. Just definitely feel it out. You will definitely have days that are worse than others, but overall, you will get your happiness, I promise. So this is take a chance, risk, being strategic, options. Exactly, there we go. Like you took this chance and you're going to be rewarded. And also, this just showed up. You might also start talking to someone new. Someone's interested in you, it could be as well. So I think that's it for this one. Honestly, this bright energy is amazing. I wish the best for you and everyone else. I keep forgetting whether or not I said that or not. But yeah, you know, definitely don't shy away from letting out that heaviness that you may have in your chest because of this. You know, if you need to cry, if you need to listen to music, I know definitely listening to music and crying and letting that out helps tenfold. So yeah, that's my best advice. Thank you. So if you chose a pile 3, then this is for you. You may like anime because this is Manga Tarot. You may be a little bit shy, a little bit quiet. You may be, I'm getting deceptive, but that doesn't necessarily mean in a bad way. It's just like looks aren't always what they seem. Like I feel like people may judge you or think you are someone else that you're not, just based off who you are or what you look like or, you know, the things you like. But it honestly has no actual meaning in terms of who you are on the inside. You may be a little bit sad at times, kind of like floating in your own world. But yeah, I'm also hearing like mermaids. H2O just had water, like, you know, when like the full moon would come out. Yeah, so that may be relevant as well. Yeah, I love the moon one. So this is just general. I'm kind of not really sure. I kind of just let whatever wants to come out. So I guess basically that was a great shuffle. You may be sarcastic. So whatever comes out comes out. So it's like basically what you need to know, or just affirmations, I guess. That's what it's been so far. These cards are so weird to shuffle. Lord. You may be clumsy too. I got clumsy from the last one, I believe, but yeah. Or I'm also getting something about your walk. Maybe you have like a different walk, or maybe you're like insecure about your walk. But you shouldn't be. Also, I'm getting that you may have like lower self-worth, like you may not realize how you are unique or how you are special, but you definitely are. Like I haven't even gotten into reading the cards yet, but you definitely are. I feel like there we go. None of those shuffles was good, I'm telling you. Maybe you think that you aren't good enough, or that the things you do aren't good enough, but it's not true, like at all. Yeah, I feel like you need to get out of that negative headspace. I feel like right now you're not paying attention to how you feel or your emotions. You're kind of just ignoring it. I feel like you know that this is something that you need to pay attention to because it is very dire for you to pay attention to. you're not giving yourself the love or the nurturing that you need, but you just kind of chalk it out to be like, no, I don't need this, like, I don't know why I'm worth that or something like that. It's kind of, it's very like, I don't want to say Eeyore, but it is kind of like Eeyore, where it's like he's so sad and like, you know, everybody loves Eeyore, but you can't see that worth. You really need to get out of this headset. I know that is way easier said than done, and I know it to be true, because once you do that, this great big energy of happiness will come through and completion. But like I said, you need to be willing to give yourself that care and that nurturing. And I'm trying to think of like what I would recommend. Okay, that looks like I didn't get this many cards in the other one. I see justice reverse. Yeah, you're not paying justice to yourself. Like, you're the type that would give that energy to someone else, but not to yourself. So you're blocking off all of this abundance and all of this happiness that you could have just by doing that. But like, you could look up like videos on how to like love yourself more and how to give more attention to yourself. But I think the first step is acknowledging that it's there, because you may not even be acknowledging that this is happening. You just have always been this way, just maybe because you don't have enough self-worth. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit shaky, like you're maybe scared to acknowledge that this is there, or that this is a problem. You're just kind of like walking away, like, no, this doesn't exist, no. But like, it's also like, you can't love yourself before you love anyone else, and there may not even be a love interest here, but it's just like saying, do the work now, acknowledge that this is happening now, so that in the future, things that come into your life will be much more healthier, and the potential is much more happier, because you always attract like the energy that you are in. So yeah, I know that's kind of hard for me to give advice for this one, because I know what it's like. I also kind of struggle with this. Yeah, you're like, which, it's like indecisiveness. It's like one path, I'm getting like there's two roads that you could take with this, and both of them lead to happiness, but you're so scared to take either path that it's like, you're just kind of stuck in this energy, like you don't know what to do. So I'm hearing something about family. I don't know. Or maybe there's like a separation between your parents. Could be. I don't know, that won't resonate with everyone. Yeah, so it's basically telling me like, either way, whichever path that you choose to go down, like there will be happiness, there will be light, you will be happy. It is causing you a lot of confusion. Like, I just saw this spiral, this card came up before, and I was just like, happiness, like, you know. But now I'm very drawn to that spiral. It's just like a confusing situation, and you feel like you're spiraling downwards, like you don't know how to come back from it or what to do. But definitely just, instead of not paying attention to it, definitely just take some time to think about it and write down your thoughts and figure out what it is that you want. Maybe you feel like you're not being appreciated enough by the people in your life, or maybe sometimes your worth comes from how people appreciate you and how people feel about you. But that is something that you need to get out of, because these people maybe won't appreciate you to that extent until you recognize that you are worth being appreciated more. Yeah, I feel like you're kind of, this is like the Fool in the world. So this is like, you're just at the beginning of your journey. Like, this is the completion, this is the start. So it's a journey that is going to be very long, I'm not gonna lie. She packed her suitcases, she's, you know, She's ready to face it, but you have to, as soon as you make this decision, whatever it may be, you will start the journey. And everything that you've been confused about, everything that you've been unsure about, it'll start to unravel, and you'll be able to figure out things better, in a better way. I believe that I completely forgot to do these cards in the last pile. So, dang it, you may be forgetful as well, but you're like very nice underneath. Like, I know this probably feels like I'm bashing you. I'm not at all. At all. Do not feel that way. But I'm just saying, like, this is like meant to happen. Like, you're meant to feel this way so that you can understand what it's like for other people to feel this way, is what I'm hearing. But you're gonna come out of it, and it's almost like you're gonna help other people come out of it as soon as you figure out how to do that. Like, how to be more comfortable being alone and being with yourself. You are a very good person, though. I feel like you care so much about other people, but that could come from a place of like not caring enough about yourself. And obviously people do appreciate that. But there are gonna be people that take advantage of it if you don't put up boundaries. Oh my goodness. Wait, okay, just 1 second. Let me grab your card off the floor. And positive energy. So, don't rush into action right now. Bide your time for better results. So I think this has to do with like the whatever it is here that you're indecisive about. Obviously this is general, so I can't go right into that. It's saying take the time, really think about what you want and not what anybody else wants. Write it down, like I said, your pros and your cons, and make sure that whatever it is that you decide to do is for the best of you. And also take into consideration other people as well. But ultimately, this is your life that you're living, and you can't feel guilty for doing things that are going to make you the happiest. Positive energy, surround yourself with positive people and situations, and avoid negativity. So definitely make sure that this is going to make you happy, that this is positive, that this is the best decision that you can possibly make. Okay, consult an expert. I'm also getting counseling. I kind of got that before, but I was like, I don't know if that's like worth mentioning or not, but maybe this really is something that you can't solve on your own. I feel like maybe you're wondering, like, should I get help, should I not? Is this really like valid enough to get help for? If you need to get a therapist or a counselor, definitely do it. And don't feel ashamed in doing that, or like your problems aren't valid enough to be at therapy, because like everybody should really go to therapy, and like everyone needs to like get their stuff out so that they can feel better. So since more information is needed, contact someone with expertise in this area. So definitely, like, don't feel ashamed about that. Have faith, your prayers are manifesting, remain positive, and follow your guidance. So I'm getting a Moana song. It's like, it calls me like I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you could figure it out, or if it's relevant, you'll know. But like, I feel like you're being guided to go somewhere, and maybe, or to choose some direction to go in, but you're like unsure. Like, your mind is unsure, but your heart knows exactly where you want to go. Friendship. Make a date for a play day with one or more friends. So maybe you are more inclined to like not be around people because it kind of just makes you feel worse. But maybe also take the time to also figure out your friendships and figure out which ones are actually rewarding to you and which ones are just taking from you, because that's very important. Because some people will just take from you and won't give back the same. Oh my goodness, you got a lot on your mind, for sure. Okay, so communication. I feel like this is, oh my goodness, I'm just trying to get this card off the floor. This is relevant in a lot of ways. Like, this could be communicating to like a counselor or a therapist if need be, your friends, your family. The sharing of insight and ideas are embodied through the art of communication. So I think that once you know, surround yourself in better environments and people who are better for you, that it will definitely help. It'll act as like a catalyst to help you heal from this. But definitely it's also saying, like, if you need to talk to someone or you feel like you should talk to someone, you talk to someone. Like, you don't ever feel like you aren't worthy of doing that or something. Patience is very, you need that, because this is just the start of your journey. And I know that's probably like, you're like, oh, like more, like, but it will unfold. Like, a journey isn't necessarily something that's long and something that's very painful to go through. It's something that, like, you learn from. You get like a bunch of those light bulb moments. Like, you're consistently shown like what is meant to be or what needs to change. So it's almost rewarding in a way. So don't feel like this is discouraging, this like journey that you're going on, because it's honestly gonna be great. Maybe like the way mushrooms look, or I know there's like kind of like an aesthetic-y thing where mushrooms are involved. You might like that, or you might like being in nature, taking pictures of nature. Rejuvenation. Rejuvenating the spirit will spark the desire to experience the greatness of life. So I think this also has something to do with the journey. I feel like it's gonna give you more energy. You might feel like really slumped, like you don't have time for anything, or like you don't want to do anything. But once you choose to go on a path of bettering yourself, you will definitely be rewarded, and you will be happy, and you'll feel like a whole new person. So don't be scared of this at all, and you are a great person. But just always make sure that what you're doing benefits you and the people around you, not just the people around you. So yeah, I wish you the best of luck.